When you look at yourself in the mirror, you think, well, listen, I'm beautiful, I'm well dressed, I'm well composed, I am well to.
I'm doing pretty well.
Listen, I'm fine.
I'm fine. Like,
I
and
don't
you know
need
what,
your help.
friend? And you know what it is also? Something else that's got me all kinds of tripped up. People around you will often support this notion. Not because they because it's a good thing. They'll society has already placed you in some sort of capacity. They've already placed you as that girl's smart.
Yeah.
That girl's a hard worker. That girl's pretty. That girl is
perfect.
You know, that girl's she's wife material.
Every
She's
girl's dream.
you know, exactly. So some of that stuff rubs onto you, and you also start to think that that's you.
Yeah. Put on a performance and mask.
And it's like, sweetheart, you are who God says you are. You know, that's it.
Who are you? Whomst are you, girl?
Whomst are you? You're the girl that God says you are.
Yeah. No, but I mean, that's a very valid point, friend, because I mean, as I was still actually trying to unpack this whole thing about you were saying how God exposes us, right? So we don't want to see the ugly parts of ourselves. We don't want to admit to the fact that I'm controlling. I am actually very judgmental, and I am, I don't listen, I'm not humble, and I don't mean this in like a very condescending way where you're just like, oh, you arrogant, you're not humble, but humble enough to actually accept that you're wrong, first of all, that you didn't listen, secondly, thirdly, that your pride got in the way, or your understanding of who you thought you were compared to who God says you are then kind of gets in the way. Because if God says to you, you are my sheep and I am your shepherd, you tend to sometimes think, because God responds to every prayer that you pray, that every request that you make to God, He responds to it, every single desire in your heart has been fulfilled, that you think that you're the master and God is basically your servant. And it's the other way around. And sometimes He needs to remind you that, whoa, hold on. Can we just remember who the captain of the sheep is here? I'm driving your life, and you are basically on this to actually follow my direction, right?
That's all me, sweetheart.
He's the commander in chief. That is that's who he is, right? But whomst are you? You are my child. You are my daughter, and you are basically you are under my law and my control. You are under my grace. If I want, I can take away everything you have, and I can show you who I am, right? So, and God doesn't operate in that, but I really do think that when we don't listen, like, friend, I'm reminded by the story of King Solomon. Remember how powerful he was?
Yeah.
And I mean, the first things that like King Solomon asked for when he realized he had everything, friend, he had like 700 odd wives, and like, basically living in a paradise, like a palace, and had all things nice, all things beautiful. But he asked God for wisdom, and I'm just wondering if he actually saw his downfall coming. Like, they say pride comes before a downfall. So, I mean, if you are not wise enough to actually understand who God is in your life, you have a high chance of thinking that you're in control. That basically you can just send commands and things can just happen, right? But the downfall of King Solomon was so horrible that I feel like when you read his story, you could not have seen this coming.
Yeah.
I mean, someone who had like wives and concubines and basically begumnandi man yazini. It's just like, listen, everything is just too nice here. But here's what it is. Fast forward, he's lost everything, and he kind of realizes that, oops, I kind of went about this the wrong way. I did it my own way, not God's way. And often, even in like our own life, friend, so you go and you take on a job that God had already told you not to go to. You go and start a relationship that God was just like, stay away. You go and be with someone whom you know that he's not supposed to be around you because they're not good influence on you. And you go and you take money that God said you must put somewhere, or give to someone, or release, or pass it on, and you go and spend it in ways that you know that you're not supposed to. And guess what happens? Like, you're in a mess. You're just where you started instead of where you should have been. And that's all because of disobedience. You just didn't listen. Now we must recalculate. I mean, now I must figure out how, although you're still on the fastest route, but you still kind of like took the long way route. You could have been there 11 days already, but because you don't listen.
Dog, 11 days versus 40 years. Can that not be us, guys? Can that just not be us? Yes.
Imagine.
I mean, let's not lie. Like, there's those moments where you're disobedient. Yeah, but can it never be like that, friend?
Can you imagine?
I'm gay.
Can you imagine you're supposed to get there like in 11 months? I mean, well, not like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so you're meant to get to this goal in 11 months. Then you're taking a whole 40 years. Like, only when you're like in your 50s. You're like, gosh.
Friend, not even in your 50s. I mean, like, at that point, you're probably going to be like in like your 80s.
Well, actually, as a matter of fact. But
now your capacity to even enjoy the blessing, because now some dollar.
yeah.
You know, so we must also help God sometimes. Like, can we partner with God in this obedience thing? Because He wants good for us.
But I want to talk about this partnering with God thing, right? What does it mean to partner with God, friend? I mean, how do we do? What does it look like? Does it mean I am constantly checking on God? God, what's up?
No, God
is
never
like,
needs our help.
Yeah.
So partnering with God has nothing to do with helping God.
Okay.
Partnering with God says, listen, God says that He's got plans for me. But I want you to remember that although God has plans for you, the enemy also has plans with you.
Oh, definitely.
Partnering with God says, I'm going to continuously choose your plans over mine. I'm going to continuously choose your plans over the enemy's plans. I'm going to continuously make sure that I'm positioned to receive your blessing. You know, because sometimes, say for example, God in God's mind, let's say God was like, good. I'll tell him I don't know, some blessing. You know, let's say in March, that thing's gonna come her way. And maybe you do something that now takes your attention. You're now maybe busy with something else that you weren't supposed to be busy with. That means that your capacity, your availability to receive that thing that God has set out for you is now a little bit filtered, or like now a little bit distracted, because when that thing does come, you're not going to be fully available to receive it. Do you get what I'm saying? Because your attention was somewhere else. So partnering with God doesn't mean you're helping God. He never needed your help. But it means trusting the heart of God. It means saying, you know what, if you say that I must not do that, it's probably because you have something better. Okay, cool. I'm a partner with you and just go for your plan rather. You know?
I like that, right? Waiting on Connor, faith and hope. I don't know, boulevard, or is it faith and expectation, or faith and obedience, right? Whatever that looks like as a meeting point with God. And what I like about what you're saying is that God meets us just where we are. We don't have to come all the way and say, God, where can I meet you? God, I need money. So, God is like, girl, listen, wait for me. They're like, no. It takes a good to no. It's in stop sign. God is like, no. I know exactly where you are.
I'll send you location, God. I'm gonna send your WhatsApp on or what?
God is like, I'll come where you are. Like, no, God, because and because you're so agitated, right, friend? You really want this thing. So you're thinking, if I meet God halfway, if I just go meet Him where He is, I'll spare the 10 minutes that God is taking to come to me, to go to Him. And where you're going, you don't know where you're going, but God knows where you are. God has seen all the obstacles that are probably gonna be in your way, and He's just like, my child, I'm protecting you, I'm shielding you, I'm sparing you, I'm actually cultivating you, so that, in fact, what you're saying, in essence, for me, as I'm understanding it, is that we need to posture our hearts in hope and faith.
Exactly.
And I think we're not born like that. It's something that you actually need to train to do. to posture our hearts in expectation, to posture our hearts in obedience, and to posture our hearts in hope, and in actually understanding that everything that God has said he'll do, and it will come to pass, right?
Exactly.
And so I don't think we were born to actually just believe. I think we all of us, I don't care who you are, we in our nature we are all Thomases. We want to see the holes, we want to see the nails, we want to see the evidence that actually Jesus came and he died for us. And can we see,
I need an invoice, give me the receipt.
Can we see the invoice, right? So like for instance, like God says, I'm gonna come there, and you're like, no God, please send me your itinerary. I just want to see ukuthi uqalaphi, uzoqala kuKiliboni bese uza ku-Ayanda, and then uza kimi uqala ku-Ayanda bese, you know. But he doesn't work like that. He doesn't. Why must he answer to us? Ukuthi uzoqala kithi, you know. And because we do that, so this is what happens. Thina sifuna ukuyomhlangabeza la akhona, right? So we want to go to him. Then he's like, actually, being fikile lapha ngikutholanga. Now we must recalculate.
Have you ever had like those people like you're supposed to meet up with them, you know?
I was
but it's just like wrong at every single step. Like first of all, the agreement was just to meet at this place at this time. That was the original agreement. Sharp. But now this person, like an hour before, I showed this. No, see on. Are we still on with this person or what? You know? I was asking him for the lecture. Are we still on? Like I had this person on before. It's him in Angham. Let me just go and just keep my end of the bargain.
No. Maybe usaphumile ithi ngimlinde kancane. No, lo muntu la
akafiki. Now you're sending locations. Like it's just a mess. And I think sometimes it's like just stay put, dog. Just stop it. Just relax. Be faithful. Be hopeful. It's gonna happen. It will. Just stop wavering, because God is like, anything Sheila.
Friend, have you ever like babysitted someone? And you're basically saying to this child, baby, I'll give you the sweets after church. Oh my goodness. The whole time during the church service, they're just like, sweetie. They're nagging. They are like all over the show. You're just like, I said what I said. And I'm coming and I will give you the sweetie. No, they just wouldn't listen, right? And I think, as you're saying, I mean, I do think there is a level of like frustration from God. But I do think that at some point we also need to grow up as Christians. We need to.
For how long are we going to be drinking on milk? Like, we need to actually.
Can we give you some actual food?
Can we give you some food?
Yeah.
You know, like, we also need to pull up our socks, honestly.
No.
Honestly.
And this is so true, because so how many times must God prove himself that he is God to you before you listen, before you cooperate? Right? Before you even believe him to actually say, actually, he's gonna come, he's gonna deliver, you know? The next thing, so wrong. Halfway through your journey, you're like, this driver, this is not where I'm going.
Where were you going?
You have to get off, and then you have to like take a connection, get back to the first bus stop where you started, and then only get to your journey.
Yeah, friend, you know,
40 years later.
I really like what you're saying when you're saying that we also need to kind of grow in our faith. I feel like, the kingdom of God, it has so much grace, so much mercy, so much love, but sometimes we exploit all that.
No.
Sometimes we exploit the grace, we exploit the mercy, and obviously God is a loving God, but he's there to also make sure that you grow. You're not supposed to be out here only watching YouTube sermons for your whole life.
Feel good.
You know, just feeling good. Like, God wants you to participate in the kingdom of heaven. He wants to use you as a vessel. Like, at which point are you going to stop drinking milk and actually eating solid food? Like, you need to grow, bruh.
Also, friend, like, imagine being a soldier, a trainee soldier for like forever. Like, when all you've been doing for the longest of time.
It's just getting trained.
Yeah, like you're trained now. uyahamba uba isoja wena kundini uthini.
But that's exactly
you
how
are
it
a
is.
banner in this thing. Okay? Like now we must train you every single year for the same thing. And I just feel like I mean, it's not that we can ever graduate and be like, yeah, manji, yeah, I know my way in this Christian thing.
But just to start, you know,
But
to start.
I do think that there's fruits of the spirit that we can adopt, friend.
True.
And then follow God's plan in all of that, right? Patience is one of them. But I do think self-control and discipline and perseverance and what's the other one? Hope I'm
Joy,
not wrong.
peace.
Yeah.
Love.
Right? And it's a continuous journey in the walk with the Lord. But I think in essence, what I like from what you were saying is that when we do grow as Christians, we realize that, you know what, I used to struggle with this and that. I used to struggle with not listening to God. And now, even just when I'm sitting at home, He just speaks so quietly to me. I know that this is God saying to me, child, I'm going to answer your prayer. And you just have this peace inside of you. And sometimes He says to you, actually, you know, I think you should just like make Ayanda something nice.
Okay.
And you don't have to. Okay, that's not a word. But
Friend,
yeah.
don't play on God like that.
Yeah.
Friend, that's a word.
For me, to
That's
do
a
something.
word.
Yeah.
Don't play on God like that.
No.
I'm in your car.
You see, she's testing me. But friend, what I'm trying to say is that God could be speaking to you in small ways, in very quiet ways. It's not always through someone preaching to you. And because we don't listen, we just miss it. We just think, it's me and my thoughts, you know? And God says, no, do this. And you're like, I don't want to do that because, you know, just now I am over stepping my mark. And God says, I want you to overstep your mark because I am sending you in the right direction. Suppose you had money and you thought that money, you were going to use that money for your time. True story. And we are at church and God says, listen, give all that money away.
The airtime one.
Yeah, even that one.
The one you're trying to text your booth and what?
The data with? The data money, give it to someone else. And you're like, God, but you not do it.
Child, I say do it.
And then I decided I'm going to withhold it. And then what happens? And then going home, you just have this thing that's
A guilt conscience.
nagging you. But now, church is out. What you gonna do?
Back to recalculating. Add another 10 minutes.
Definitely.
Lest we get to 40 years.
Oh, yeah.
That's none of our portion.
I mean, you're trusting God for something. But
Just stay put, dog. Just listen. Nah. Take my mudimu. I can't the game.
Also, also listen so that you're not hurt.
Exactly.
You're not like taking forever to get to where God is taking you. And
you're not trying to get there bruised and battered up. Like you're trying to get to God's promises fresh and ready to receive them.
And sometimes we can get there tired and not enjoying the place. So,
friends, this has been a long episode.
Yeah, no. And I think we've kind of like taken the longer route. Yeah, I mean, I feel like.
But God says we were still on the shortest route.
Shortest, fastest, and we've arrived on time.
We arrived.
So,
it's time.
In the Conversators, we have enjoyed riding with you this evening, and it is a safe, sound, very cold winter in Joburg. And my name has been Captain Thule.
My name has been. I don't want to be a captain. I want to be something else. What else can I be?
I don't know, but I know we've certainly arrived at our destination.
Can I be like? Oh my God! Can I be queen? Can I be? Oh, okay. I can. Okay. I've been Queen Ayanda.
Well, she decides we're gonna see you next week.